Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, madam.
Madam, good afternoon.
Sir, shall we start, sir?
Just in 5 minutes, we'll start, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, we'll handle this.
Good afternoon, sir. Mm. Anuradha,
Madam.
start. Yeah. Start.
Shall I start, sir?
Yes, you can proceed.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Anuradha from EC department. It's my pleasure to introduce today's speaker, Dr. S. Ravichandra, sir, BTech, MTech, PhD, senior member IEEE, follow IETE, life member in ISTE, currently working as professor and head Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering at Nalla Narasimha Reddy in Educational Societies Group of Institution Integrated Campus, Hyderabad, also heading R&D Innovation Cell. He received his PhD in Electronics and Communication Engineering from JNTU University, Kakinada, Andhra Pradesh. He has completed Master of Technology in Digital Systems and Computer Electronics from JNTU University, Hyderabad. Bachelor of Technology in Electronics and Communication Engineering from Acharya Nagarjuna University, Andhra Pradesh. His research interests include VLSI, wireless networks, embedded systems, Internet of Things, and digital computing. He has more than 25 publications in various reputed journals and conferences. Two book publications, reviewer and editorial board member for reputed journals. His, he is a part of Academic Council, Chairman BOS, Faculty Advisor for ISTE Students Chapter, Coordinator IQSC, In charge Examination Section, College Academic Committee Member, Governing Body Member, etc. With all due respect, I would like to hand over the section to Dr. S. Ravichandra, sir. Thank you. Thank you, one and all.
It's okay, I'll handle. Door konచెం దగ్గరికి వేసి. Thank you, Madam Anuradha, for your nice introduction. So I didn't even start the session. Someone has raised her hand. I think Monisha has raised her hand. Fine, no issues then. So from the past 1 week, we are on an outstanding sessions on AI-enabled AR/VR applications on communication and signal processing. So it's been a great arena of learning on AI, Metaverse, neural networks, and lot more. So right from day one, where we had a session by Dr. Jafar Wali Ahmad from VIT Vellore. Then came down with Madam Vijayalakshmi. We had again one more good session from Hindustan University. And yesterday we had another session by Dr. C. Raja from Weltech University. So it's been a great privilege of having you people on this platform to learn advanced technologies, and the way you are sharing is really, really appreciable. So now I'd like to put some light on artificial intelligence, unlocking the driving force behind the metaverse revolution. So this metaverse has become a trending these days. The way the things are going on this metaverse, and how this metaverse is going on using this AR, VR technologies and all, how this is being significant in these coming days. These are all good things to happen, and technologies to move on with. This Meta came into picture until 2021. If you can remember through Facebook, renaming it as Meta in October 2021, people have completely changed their mindset of social communication or social networking towards metaverse. So what does this metaverse do, and how things go on with this metaverse, how it supports, how the activities goes on, and all kind of things can be discussed over here. Right. So as after Facebook renaming this as Meta in the year 2021, people's attitude towards using this metaverse has changed a lot. Right. So the excitement and ambitions or metaverse enterprise demonstrate willingness. These are only a few points where the preface will be coming into picture. So under excitement and ambition point, above that, if you find there, you have 20%, 50% of stock market shown there. As soon as Facebook has the name to Meta, things have gone absolutely in different direction. If you can remember, valuation of some metaverse related stocks, the stock market has dropped down from 20 to 50%. It was about, maybe in a month or so, it has gone to the peaks. And after a couple of months, it has dropped down from 20 to 50%. You just imagine the impact of this metaverse on social media networks. All right. So if you remember Roblox, which was citing the concepts of prospectors and planning, maybe the first people who have launched this metaverse landscape. Multiple companies have come into picture. This Facebook started its changing its official name. Then the things have taken up into a different version. And University of California and maybe the Berkeley University were confront of Minecraft used these virtual avatars for graduates. Maybe in the year 2019 or 2022, in this couple of years. So there they have gone for graduating or celebrating their graduating ceremony through these virtual avatars. And this glance of metaverse, TikTok, and utilization of virtual avatars by this university has changed a lot impact on these global trends. So then came into picture the Chinese market. So the Chinese market took over this metaverse and has revealed with no means of experiment, gone for small scale players. It has gone for using humanity and jointly making all these stages and development in the society. So in continuation to the earlier point, we check there, rationality and exploration is one more issue to be spoken about. So then comes analysis on stock prices. Maybe Meta has slowly started its market rise to 20% first in first quarter of 2022, and then gone with a little more hikes slowly. Then one more market player came into existence, the Google. So the share price of Google has risen due to the core business of existing Google. But if you check the third point, which is shown in different color, analysis of stock market prices, two global metaverse companies. The two global metaverse companies are ought to be the Meta and the Google. And then came into being the Chinese market. So where it has taken the technology companies into picture, analyzing various prices of technology market companies. The stock prices of two global metaverse companies has risen to 47% within a span of 3 months. And you might be thinking why I'm talking about this market stretch and why I'm talking about these global trends of Metaverse and Google. See, ladies and gentlemen, maybe in a short duration, this Metaverse is going to rule the next communication arenas. So the market trend existing through Meta, existing through Google, and the Chinese market, a little one like who is slowly taking control of the market. These three will be the key market players in the near future, where they talk about. So now, if you see here, we have share prices shown through Roblox and Oculus. Check there. It's from February 2021 to February 2022. The global market trends has risen from $200 to $1,500 if you take any global market trend. All these trends are gradually rising. Nowhere we have a break in between. You see there, Meta, Microsoft, or Google. If you check there, Google has risen from $280 to $2,700. That is capturing a huge market. And maybe at the end of February 2022, Meta has dropped down, reaching $2,300 to $1,500 approximately. So this is where the global market is slowly moving here and there. And now from the past 6 months, the Meta is almost taking control of every technology which is to be implemented through AI. So these are all the market trends. If I go on, displaying this, right, you will check out these things. And here, the vision and values. So what do we do here? What do we discuss here is, if you check the components of Metaverse, or if you check the real world convergence of universe, it 4 mirrors you need to specify. 4 components are very particular in this Metaverse. So under this vision and values, you'll find a virtual mirror, a virtual world simulating reality, virtual native innovative virtual reality, real world, the real-time world, what we call convergence of virtual and real world surpasses virtual or real world. The last column is the replica of Metaverse over here. So what's happening here? These 4 meanings of Metaverse, where CEO of Roblox has proposed more than these elements, but the difference of understanding the definitions of Metaverse came into existence with different perspectives, including experiential, technological, or regulatory interpreters. So this has become a little tough to handle all these multi-dimensional activities. So starting from the original Metaverse, where Meta Universe has described this, a virtual into a real world. So these 4 components has played a key role in existing the world set of. Apart from the real world has to face at the Metaverse. So the convergence of real and the virtual world converge to be a universe. So we are setting down this as Metaverse. Like if you check the second image here, we have real world actually existing and virtual mirror world or virtual native world that is imaginary. Intersecting these, we are shown with intersection of real world and virtual world. So that is where the convergence of real world as well as ideal world, virtual world comes into picture. So based on this, the actual convergence of meta universe begins. So this meta is said to be an illusion world, or it is handling this profoundly influencing us. So the metaverse includes virtual world, which simulates almost maximum number of elements of real world, which can include individual identity, maybe enterprise identity, or what do you call business world, entertainment, social interaction, civil, a lot more. You name anything, we have an application of it. So future directions of metaverse, where the public's current perception of metaverse encompasses games, experiences, maybe technologies and social applications even. And maybe in the same season, Neil Stephenson's where talks about the snow crash, snow crash model. He talks about commercial block and champs, eyelashes, super meta domain, where the streets will be said to be very long and the vast number of people passes through these commercial blocks and stops. Opening a shop, there requires third-party approval, buying a land, obtaining relevant licenses, bribing inspectors, I should not say this even. Let humans walk through, interact with all the neighborhood, the digital avatars, populating a world of author called a metaverse. So here, these 4 blocks, where it is about natural, where it is about virtual, are mingling up to be a derived one, which is depicted in snow crash model. Right, let me get into that snow crash. Right, if you check this one, this is what a snow crash model is, where global multimedia protocol group and companies will be handling this virtual space, and virtual identity will be connected between the terminal and public. Right, so upper half of virtual space, if you check there, champs, LCs and metaverse. So the next level is authorized multimedia group company and building a facet to run the business. And the virtual space, which has to integrate the global multimedia protocol group and the public. So now here comes virtual identity. This virtual identity will be connecting the public and the terminals, public and their headsets and glasses. So this is where the illusion will be made into the public terminal and they'll be utilizing these things. So if we check into the meaning to the native world, so the metaverse includes our virtual world. This new entity is home to people, objects, environments, and shaped entirely almost most of the world's counterparts. There will begin a new people in the picture and who are not avatars but created only exist in the virtual world. So they roam in the virtual world, they do things in the virtual world, and they'll mingle up people, mix up with mix up and mash up with all kinds of people and all. But regulatories are 3 aspects over here. The third one, let me get back once again. Right here, if you check there, the native virtual world is is a governance by almost what we say as it can be said as a decentralized one. It's not autonomous or maybe decentralized one. It includes both a decentralized as well as autonomous organization. So the completely different centralized model comes into picture. So here we'll call this as user created content, UGC. Rather, we can call this even as PGC, platform generated content. That is where the second component of meta talks about. So the newly generated ideas are training neurons, a new wisdom, what we refer as an artificial intelligence. So virtual people, virtual tasks, virtual currency, greater wisdom, human beings has to deal the world with this virtuality. I think recently AI is seeking huge simulate human beings by listening, speaking, reading, writing, smelling, touching, and even moving, thinking even. So that is where we'll be calling it as artificial intelligence. So the current platforms already are partially achieved the above mentioned innovations. And the third one, if you check there, real world, the real world. The real world is an integral part of metaverse. Even this is one more element of virtual mirror kind of thing. So the fast miles are maybe elements of real world where virtual world is generated by interactions between the real world. And the fourth one, the convergence and interaction of the virtual real world. So this virtual world and real world will form closely a converged and intellectual world, which can be interacted. So often we'll call this as an interacting world. So from the virtual to the real and the virtual and the real. So three combinations can be done from virtual to real. I repeat, the real to virtual and virtual to the real and the real in the virtual. To and in are four combinations, real to virtual and virtual to real, back and forth. So live action as to be performed, this will become a coexistence of the virtual worlds. I think you might have seen a lot of movies there. Like you might have seen Terminator, you might have seen Avatars. So these are all these are all the locations where we will be using this kind of convergence of interaction world with real worlds. So the convergence of interaction means they'll transcend both each other with real and virtual worlds, calling back to the original meaning of real world. So this is where the metaverse, once it is partially thought of, that will be leading with people rely on virtual world more than the real world. Right, so these are all a few main things which are being mentioned over here, and apart from this, it is being included with the levels. When I was talking to you about snow crash model, so 4 levels I have specified here. So interaction of enterprise, so integration of environment, society of civilization, integration of governance and rules. These are all the few challenging activities which are all to be handled here. And again, the metaverse, where the entrance of virtual reality has two entrances through. As I displayed here, we'll have real world as well as the virtual world. So to apply brain-computer interface technology, this has to transmit electrical and biogenic signals which can directly interact with human brain, achieving real-time barrier-free information exchange. In terms of business model, maybe in a personal occasion, natural environment can cope up with virtual environment, can handle these two with an interaction tool like something like XR, AR, VR, or extended reality will be coming into picture, which can use all these things. Maybe role playing also will be in the picture, where virtual identity is to be taken care of this metaverse. And a panicking image, which is very huge in size, and we'll have 10 elements in the virtual world: virtual institution identification, virtual objects, social system, virtual environment, civilization systems, virtual people, production system, economic system, governance with system in the virtual world. If you check this one, in this slide itself, you can find every application where a virtual world can do or a virtual interaction can show the impact on human life. If you check that, government, community, company and school through virtual institutions, identification, till the end, governance systems in virtual world, human, community, society and world. These are all the part of this exhaustive methodology or method. Right, so these are all a few examples where this is being replicated in the world. Right, so and you have to focus on new three things: new entities, new regulations, new wisdom. So new entities comes with figure, object, and environment. Regulations with conscious mechanism, decentralized of UGC, as I was talking about. And the next one is new wisdom, artificial intelligence, and human intelligence, where comes creativity and innovation into picture. So user created content and platform generated content are playing lot more of kinds in this virtual native world. Right, so if we progress with, we can have a convergence of interaction of virtual world and real world elements. Moving down from left, virtual environment and natural environment. Till last column, if you check there, virtual governance systems and governance systems. So this is, a depiction of mind mapping between interaction and the virtual world. So virtual instructions, virtual institutions comes into picture. So these are all elements of virtual world, and you need to check from social rules, value exchange, virtual support reality, NFT copyright, civilization rules, competition for governance. So competition for governance is exclusively high, and the least one is social rules, because virtual social media and social networking is doing lot of information sharing between every corner of the world. So this is where the interaction of real world is to be taken care. And then comes 7 layers of the metaverse platform, that these are all needs to be implemented, like you need implementation for the metaverse. Starting again from infrastructure, the bottom line, human interface, decentralization, spatial computing, creator of economy, discovery, and experience. So these are all 7 layers of metaverse. So we'll start with the infrastructure, where 5G, 6G, Wi-Fi, cloud, data central, central processing units, and GPUs are all becomes infrastructure of the meta. And human interface comes again into mobile, smartwatches, smart glasses, wearable devices, head-mounted displays, gesture, voice, and electrode bundle. These are all the next layer of the development of metaverse. And then comes decentralization. But anyway, this is very essential because a lot of agents are in the picture: edge computing, AI agents, blockchain, microservices. If this is being segregated, if this is being decentralized, handling of any application by this metaverse will become easier. Then comes spatial computing, 3D engines, virtual reality, augmented reality, extended reality, geospatial mapping, multitasking. These are all the virtually conversions from actual to virtual conversion. Computing comes into picture. And then comes creator economy. So where design tools, assessment market, e-commerce, and workflow will be handled by this creator economy. And discovery, advertising networks, virtual stores, social curation, rating avatar, and chatbot. And then comes the experience, the last one, where games, social, e-games, esports, shopping, festivals, events, learning, and working. So these are all the experiences. So it's not hard to find out presence of AI inside any layer. You can have machine learning, we can have data learning, deep learning. These couple of architectures of machine learning and deep learning architectures, along with importance of diversified aspects of these measurement ML algorithms with supervised or maybe unsupervised architectures, can be learned and can be utilized in these applications. So here, the smartwatch and other wearable devices, the complex patterns of human actions can be analyzed and learned for some applications like physical activity recognition, and allow a system to perceive user activities and interactions in the virtual world. So deep learning has emerged as a powerful AI tool in current years. Instead of getting into large, messy, confusing data, is DL, data learning, segregates the computer vision domain and now being leveraged into a different domains such as wireless communications, human-computer interaction, gaming, finance, a lot more. And NVIDIA has introduced deep learning, where we have updated that as DLSS, deep learning super sampling, which is one more breaking technology which exploits deep learning in AI algorithms to boost and frame maintaining of beautiful sharp games. So this NVIDIA, when has come into picture, the scenario of gaming applications, the scenario of XR, AR, VR applications has completely changed the pace of its work. And the contributions through this virtual reality. Here comes entrance to virtual reality, occasions of entrance, enter to metaverse, where you can have personal or maybe public occasion, and then get into device connection, digital tools or BCI, and then look into the metaverse. So the three layers. Occasion to enter the metaverse is the basic one, and the metaverse is the communicating one. In between, the device connection is also one more essential thing where the contribution of XR, VR, AR, VR, XR comes into picture. Where you can have voice interaction, we can have eye tracking, motion capture, haptic interaction, hearing, seeing, touching, smelling, tasting. So this comes into VCI, wireless brain computer, wireless brain computer. Digital tools are AR, VR glasses, VR helmet, VR armor. So there, the signal transition happens between device connections to Meta. And in reverse, signal transition is received from the Meta to again back to the personal or public environment where interaction is actually happens. So at this point of time, when we talk about entrance of virtual reality, we need to have a few characteristics. So as I said, two entrances will have metaverse through real world interaction. The first is to apply digital tools, including portable, wearable AR, VR devices. And in reverse, the same business model is being received. So Meta is evolving into two dimensions, from real to virtual and virtual to real and real in real, virtual in virtual, real to virtual and virtual to real. So this is where the entrance of metaverse has taken up the market. So the 6 characteristics, what I was talking to you about very shortly. Essential one, 6 characteristics of internet: immersive experience, complete world system, user-generated content, huge economic value, new regulations, and big uncertainty. The competition of governance, where it has shown you the slide as the highest or most intense part. And one more is production of metaverse. So if you check this production metaverse, you check there, we have full life cycle symbiosis of virtualization reality, underlying structure, backend infrastructure. So these 3 layers run with different structures. So earlier when I was talking to you about characteristics, where we have real world characteristics and illusionary virtual world characteristics, and then moving down, we have here with production. So the R&D stage of virtual, where includes virtual identity, virtual plan, open office, virtual design, virtual model, consumption end, you find there virtual identity, and in virtual identity you find the virtual meeting and virtual office. Manufacturing stage, we find monitor and command, segregated as real factory and virtual factory. And the economic system, we find there inside an enterprise, supplier, downstream, collaboration. And the next level comes with networking and computer technology, where I said 5G, 6G, cloud computing and edge computing are part. AI and blockchain technologies are different parts, with computer vision, machine learning, intelligent voice, NLP, natural language processing, conscious mechanism, distributed storage, intelligence contract, are distributed ledger. And implementation level, we'll find IoT, application layer, network layer, perception layer, interactive technologies, where hologram, sensing technologies, random interaction comes into picture, and video game technology, where 3D engine, real-time rendering, and space rendering are the part of this production technology. So to move on with, we have a couple more mechanisms: centralization and decentralization. You see this as centralized one, where we'll be seeing this as a star topology and mesh topology in your networks. So the centralization is the one where center will be taking care, and the conscious mechanism will be taking care in the mesh topology, where nodes or users will be connected as many-to-many functions. And this one is operated through a centralized server to communicate with the clients. Right, so the 4th characteristic is what I have mentioned earlier. potential of economic value. So which is based on the metaverse can provide people with five elements: social, land, identity, digital art, and finance. So this is where the focus is on all these applications, with including centralized and decentralized. So if we check for centralized versions, you can define that as the center is associated with nodes, and nodes have to depend on the center, are directly associated to the center, not with node to node. So this is the best application where banking sector is focusing upon. Client to client is not possible. Every client has to get connected to the server, a centralized one, and then client and client can be communicated. And conscious mechanism, if you check there, nodes are interconnected under this consensus mechanism. Each node can become a phased center, and the platform is maintained by all nodes. Any node can have any content, any node can connect with any node. The features are here. It has strong data piracy. So as it is having its own decentralized data structure, so anti-attack, a fast response, or maybe open transport traceable decisions will happen over here. So this is now trending as Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is moving ahead with a lot of applications, lot kind of things. And the last significant one where I was talking at the line, governance structures of the metaverse. So who are the rule makers of the metaverse, and to whom the economic metaverse or dividends of virtual world can begin or may belong to, or the ultimate manager of the metaverse. 133. The game of unilateral power, the game of trilateral power, the game of many forces. So unilateral power is private capital. You check there, Meta, Roblox, Microsoft, Tencent. Right? These are the key marketplace, and government intervention here. Government has taken care. Private capital metaverse developments, metaverse virtual and natural humans here, linking this to AI robot intervention. So here comes autonomy and consciousness of transcend human control. So again, government, private capital, metaverse developers, meta virtual humans, and non-human virtual humans comes to picture. So staggered governance structure. So real world, real people, virtual world, virtual people. But here you should not say virtual people. Rather, you can call this as virtual natural people, often said as managers. Right, virtual natural people, ordinary users. So virtual world managers manage people in the real world. So real world managers somehow ordinary users in the real world. So these are absolutely following the technologies displayed here. As you know, the new regulations of government is taking up with the different kinds of supports. So if I get back again with with the probabilities and rules of governing of virtual world, we need to focus before getting into the technology, focus on current bottlenecks in the metaverse development. So development of metaverse is currently trending. So the market which has high expectations, ideal form of metaverse, so will slowly arrive at a point where elements of which are being described in the previous content, which could be taken into metaverse matures. Portability of access to the virtual world is required. Rule of governance and the virtual world required. Industrial metaverse applications, information security, privacy, and energy supply. So these few points what can said about are about no the major metaverse bottlenecks. Portability of access to virtual world, metaverse rules creation, industrial application, data security, and privacy protection. So these are all few things. When we talk about all this, obviously metaverse will be taking the next event or next capture of the market. So we are moving down to technology. So technology is what the core element of realization of metaverse. So it has to enable the creation of all components and experiences of virtual world. Then it comes to access, interaction, digital content, rules and identity, large scale. So these are all 5 steps of metaverse where the technology has to be handled at high significant applications. So when talk about technology, let me, yeah, access. So this access is immersive experience, huge experience. So convenient access of realistic experience is to be taken care by the consumer scenarios are XR based. It's not AR or VR based, rather it is extended reality based, including access of holographic images or brain computer interaction. Also maybe more advanced form of equipment which can handle natural language processing. So in the manufacturing scenarios, obviously we have to take about digital twins and sensing technologies that simulate perceive a physical world and are main supporting technologies of this one. And then comes integration. Have to mention a word here, high simulation. This covers interaction between people and uh, what do you call people's physical world, which can bloom into flowers, change the shape of palm and shake hands, 3D engines, real-time training, digital twins, spatial computing. These are all coming under interaction and content, creating virtual objects and spatial content. So here comes 3D modeling for building up high-speed and high-quality materials, simulation of physical effects when different metaverse objects interact with timestamps. So NFT is an underpin of ability to identify unique created items and artworks to ensure their scarcity and non-replicability. Then comes rules and identity. Uniqueness and decentralization. So blockchain technology which includes here distributed storage ledgers. So the mechanism of consensus and data transmission or verification and timestamps typically drive these rules and identities. So a lot more to talk about here. Then comes usage of virtual world continuously online, large-scale information computing and real-time transmission. So here, the most trending concept of IoT comes into picture. So these supporting technologies including IoT, background of 5G and 6G, metaverse experiences, so specific by pre-metaverse scenarios. These have applied, the key technologies, parting for that one. So there comes immersive experience into picture. And the next technology to talk about is blockchain, so which has developed very, very stably or steadily at the early stage of exploration, the market preparation, recognition. It has entered into industrial development, most commonly in the financial sector. The metaverse, blockchain, and NFT has resolved lots of problems around the ownership, identification of production, and assets of metaverse. So this blockchain technology has entered NFT stage with an era of digital content capitalization. So the difficulty of blockchain development are technical bottlenecks and regulatory compliance technologies. Right, so under technology, finance and e-government have adopted blockchain technology in their business scenarios with highly relatively requirements, so blockchain struggles to meet the demand. And regulatory compliance, there are also policies which can risk the continuous development of blockchain. Bad actors can easily or anonymously can anti-tamper the characteristics of blockchain to spread misleading information, threaten network security, and may damage users' privacy. So in addition, there are a few frequent cases of illegal financial activity under the banner of blockchain, disrupting normal market order. And these are all, a lot of things which are related to this computing power, where high performance computing should be focused with scientific research and applications. The key fields such as simulation, oil and gas, or meteorology, computing high power this has become, high intelligent applications fields where animation, aerospace, unmanned vehicles, business applications. These have enriched lot more in current computing technologies, where AI, edge, and quantum computing will be the main infrastructure technologies for development of metaverse. So moving ahead, so these are all the technologies for metaverse. Tech crusher, role, and category. So this is one more industrial framework. Weight-based scientific research application, industry applications, and so the metaverse characteristics, where immersive experience, high simulation, I was talking to just now, real-time operation, multi-dimensional interaction, efficient content production, identity and rules, ensure large-scale users stay online. So these are all things which are to be linked up with the tech cluster role and tech category. So under this category, what is being discussed earlier with XR, hologram sensing and BCI technologies, and this digital twin, game engine, real-time rendering, 3D engine, digital twin. So 5G technology, 6D, cloud computing, edge and IoT computing. So these are all, underlying softwares, underlying technologies which are to be supported in creating these metaverse characteristics. So moving ahead. Experience development through extended reality, so which provides immersive experience with the goal of taking over human vision, hearing, and touch. The realization of input and output information in the metaverse through motion capture or visual and auditory simulation interaction is. This is what currently advanced technology in real space or virtual space. That's not in real. I'm sorry, in the virtual space. So simulations of smell, touch, ideas, what is said to be human thinking, has started. Simulated taste, a synthesis of multiple senses has not been achieved. So overall, XR technology having bottom over the past 3 to 4 years is entering into another period of high growth, followed by industry framework. So if you check this industry framework, we have access, application, tech platform, and tech infrastructure. So applications are built from the bottom to top, where wires and wireless communication networks, cloud computing, internet, and IoT, these are all the tech infrastructure already existing. Tech platform, digital twins, AI, blockchain, game engine, spatial computing, NFT, on the next layer of application. Environment, industrial scenarios, consumer scenarios, governance and scenarios. These are all the applications level, and access through the external world is done by a user through AR, VR, somatosary device, BCI, speech recognition, camera, mobile, and PC. So these are all the one which are being cooperated, and computation is handling with these things. So these four main classes of metaverse solution providers, internet companies or hardware companies, software companies, has taken the new entrepreneurs into picture. So the leading internet companies, Meta, Google, and Amazon, maybe Alibaba, which is in Chinese-based company, ByteDance in China. These are all owning their own multiple technologies needed to create metaverse. They have massive user bases, huge application scenarios, and have brought the metaverse into their long-term strategies. So they are expected to take main roles in the metaverse platform. Constructors are community owners. So the second group of software is represented by Microsoft, which has business plans for all four layers of metaverse and is emphasized by the enterprise applications. So very soon the metaverse future will be a fierce competition between Microsoft and internet companies, especially in access layer, technology platform layer, and infrastructure network layer, which includes cloud, has taken a leap giant on the footprint. So in this application layer, Microsoft strength is enterprise metaverse. So whereas most of the internet companies have attached greater importance in consumer metaverse, but enterprise metaverse is strong enough, or Microsoft has gained command over this one. So the third group of hardware companies comes with NVIDIA, which maintains strong leadership in AI, high performance computing, and chips, establishing solid foundations in metaverse infrastructure and all. So NVIDIA announces Omniverse, the first simulation and cooperation platform to support metaverse construction. Omniverse is now open to millions of users driving it. And the fourth group are new entrepreneurial metaverse companies, with each focusing on specific segment. Many of them have around longer and acquired fast advantage in specific markets such as Roblox, Gaming One, Decentraland, Community and Gaming, OpenSeas, NFT, and Sandbox, again getting back to gaming and community. So it has taken a market capture of about $10 billion. So the next thing displayed is blockchain frame. Where this metaverse is taking a giant application version of this virtual world. So just a second. We are displaying now. Yeah, blockchain-based IoT framework with machine learning to enhance security and privacy. But before getting into this actual content, right, I need to say a few things which are in line with this technology. So to begin with, natural language processing, machine vision, blockchain, networking, and neural interface. So these are all the potentials for metaverse. So the experience of natural language processing, which is said to be the linguistic computational processes, which encompasses a variety of computational models and learning processes. So machine vision, which includes computer vision and extended reality in cooperation in central technologies, which is to be foundation of the metaverse. So the raw data perceived from visual environments is captured and processed to infer high-level information, which is then said to be user over head-mounted devices. So this is where the machine device comes into picture and then caused to push it down to extended reality. So XR is defined as an umbrella that encapsulates virtual reality, augmented reality, mixed reality. So AR, VR, MR put together into XR. So everything in their gaps is filled through this XR. So while AR provides experience of audiographic and videographic, and MR provides can deliver a transition of experience between AR and MR, along with these reality technologies, human users can experience the metaverse and enjoy diversified services in both physical and digital world. So this is about machine vision. And then blockchain. So people are much aware of this blockchain. So it can be, is a digital ledger which contains a list of recorded transactions and, assets interconnected in a business network by using cryptography techniques. So blockchain can be, it can provide immediate shared, transparent information stored in a immutable and interchangeable ledger, which can be accessed only the network members with the permissions. So this blockchain-based IoT framework, if you check from the past 10 years, so IoT has changed its pace of running. The next paradigm has gone with the data acquisition, storage, and sharing, which has been proposed by combining blockchain and AI technologies these days. So this has become a lot of applications here. So if you check the layers, we have access layer, blockchain layer, application layer, and IoT system layer. So the same thing, but is being used with a cloud platform interchangeably between AI and ML algorithms. So now, AI-based smart contract evaluation or maybe cost-efficient model. So where coach and environment of IoT is to be handled here. So it's, for example, if you check CNN-based blockchain framework, maybe long back it is being developed and ensured about integrity of contributed by participating in the networks. So deep RL, DRL. So federal learning and DRL have emerged as an effective solution to address these problems. And then came down with local data and collaborating of this local market. So smart contract, server, chain network. So where this has become an application, a block layer. Consuming this of proof of training of quality, the permission blockchain has taken a step to reduce computing and communication costs, so which can guarantee the deployment of blockchain resources trading system. So this will become obviously smart contract based incentive algorithm, which can be handle FL tasks, federated learning tasks. And here we have one more architecture, a general architecture in 5G and beyond for metaverse services and applications in which AI, ML algorithms and DLL models contribute in multi-level tasks. So to check out this, we'll start with networking, where the metaverse serves as a massive number of users regarding pervasive network access or wireless networks. So maybe in the last decade, several innovative technologies have been introduced and to improve overall performance. AI has been intensively used in multiple layers of network architectures. So the fifth generation networks, the peak data rate should be used around 10 Gbps. At the end-to-end delay cannot exceed 10 milliseconds. So this has become the context of ultra reliable and low latency communication, MU-RLLC, which represent a foundation in development of emerging mission critical app, where MU-LLC in 5G networks, maybe beyond that 6G networks. So both of them require computing resources like ML and DL, which can show the huge impact on handling existing challenges and tasks. So now comes data, deep learning into picture, which can be exploited using MU-RLLC, including spectrum management. So the channel prediction, traffic estimation, mobility prediction, these are all the architectures of MU-RLLC, apart from MCNet. So here, client-server model, centralized control plane, and base stations and devices with processing capability for users and experience the metaverse. So machine learning algorithms and DL architectures will be linking up these three scenarios. So these are being linked up with ML and DL architectures because AI is a powerful tool which can address low latency and throughput issues. And then comes with digital twins. So this is a representation of two real world entities. Digital twin, which can synchronize operational assets, process, and systems with the real world, along with some other regular actions such as monitoring, visualization, analyzing, and predicting. Digital twins are at the central of where the physical world and virtual world to interact with IoT connections. Right, the image displayed here is with the purpose where technical training and commercial customization can be done through digital twins, which allow applications and developers and service providers, to reconstruct virtual replications of mechanisms and processes in which any kind of physical analysis can be done remotely using AI and ML algorithms. As we are currently in Industry 4.0, the digital twin networks, DT networks, uh, sensor fault detection, isolation, and accommodating of these multi-purpose ML method algorithms are to be handled by these digital twins in Industry 4.0. So ML models, framework with domain transformation, feature engineering and classification of applied recognizing proper behaviors of this data acquired has to be done through IMOT, Internet of Medical Things, which is an application of again AI and ML through this metaverse. So one more image, a data-driven dual-tin framework for intelligent healthcare systems using machine learning to process raw data of Internet of Medical Things devices. So here we have two layers, smart system and storage. So raw data repository and result repository under storage segment, and cleaning, pre-processing, representation, data analytics, and machine learnings are in DT architecture smart systems. So the proposed cyber physical network for smart urban architectures or smart urban medical architectures is being supported by digital twins. The spatio-temporal learning models are the one which are being used as the deep learning methodologies, which has been recently applied on DT architectures for different services and applications. So DT architectures, it was being developed, by edge computing, Internet of vehicles, what we call. These are all being used to improve utilization efficiency of vehicles and computational resources. And if I use this AI for the metaverse, in application aspect, so healthcare, agriculture, the trending one, these two are essential applications. So if I say some thumbnails of healthcare, so the industry has started exploiting some revolutionary techniques in VR, where it has incorporated with AI in software and hardware to increase proficiency of medical devices, reduce the cost of health services, improve healthcare operations, and also to expand the reach of medical care from 2D environment to 3D virtual world. So the metaverse allows users to learn, understand, share patients' health conditions, medical reports, maybe also in the immersive banner by means of extended reality. So here again, artificial intelligence play a vital role in many healthcare and medical sectors. For example, achieving better efficiency in providing diagnostics, where to deliver accurate and faster medical decisions. So again, the application can be extended to radiology and supporting more convenient simulated environment. So much helpful for medical interns and students. So you can put a mark there. So in many wearable devices, healthcare comes into picture and wearable devices comes into picture, where wearable and wellness applications comes into picture. That is the reason why artificial intelligence has become an applied to automatically recognize complex patterns of sensory devices and data, supporting physicians, health wellness, experts. They have to make the decisions in daily living assistances and early healthy risk awareness. So the physical activity which is to be in recognition methods was introduced long back, and the sensory data and multiple variable devices methods and combined globally handcrafted devices using deep CNN over intermediate fusion has taken up the market. So when I was talking about the market trends, global market trends of Metaverse from past 6 characteristics and 4 segments, so these applications will rule in near future. Right, so then comes with the great success of deep learning, maybe with CNN architectures. So that is become an image processing and computer vision domains. Few recent years, which have witnessed the emergence of deep learning DL to address lots of challenging tasks in medical image analysis, and because of requirement of much more specialized knowledge for technicians and medical experts, it compared with natural image analysis to segment analysis through UNet. So if that is the case, then comes with manufacturing. So AI and DT, the metaverse of for manufacturing, can be significantly modernize digital operations in current digital revolution. So currently AI and ML algorithms, along with DL algorithm architectures, have considerably contributed to the manufacturing domain via numerous industrial applications. So the product life cycle, the expense of frequent production of requirement reconfigurations, especially under ML-based systems, which have spent more time in reaching the market, computing resources for new data collection, pre-processing, and model learning. So these are all to be taken care. To overcome the above challenges, the symbolic human machine learning framework was leveraged with reinforced learning strategy by combining the learning capacity of Q learning models and the domain knowledge of experts. So this framework also considered as human exploration, so to reduce noise in data and to improve quality in automatic decision-making system. So it's a great experience of modern manufacturing systems. So a quality inspection has been updated, attracting more attention on intelligent data-driven conditions for supervision approaches. So then comes with deep learning with RNN and CNN architectures, which can achieve high accuracy while keeping the real-time monitoring with RNN and LSTM, data-driven LSTM-based fault diagnosis approach. Been introduced with multiple open circuit faults in multi-turbine or wind turbine systems. So this is where the manufacturing comes into picture, and then smart cities, gaming. These are all the latest applications where it can handle all these things. So, and other potential applications comprise of e-commerce, human resource, decentralized finance, real estate. That is one interesting thing. Real estate also could be done in the metaverse applications. So when you have huge investment from an individual investor and virtual of metaverse, so some metaverse have already been realized that, including virtual gaming platforms like Sandbox or Axie Infinity, they have decentralized the upland, which can buy and sell or trade things, including real estate plots, land, and visual houses or virtual houses in these NFT, non-fungible tokens. So the estate of metaverse, which can be, the virtual place for building constructions, homes, house offices, and all, holding the digital events, exhibition, and fashion shows. These are all, comes under the real estate of decentralized applications. So decentralized framework is with decentralized finance. So here again comes with NFT. This NFT uses the applications and gets into implementation of different chains. So then the BMI cycle, primary components of processing as neural signals and responding neural stimulations. So if you check there, neural activity generation comes down to brain signals, data acquisition simulation, raw data, big data processing, and pattern recognition and applications and servers. So this in turn in reverse will be with a neural stimulation flow, stimulation action, stimulation model, firing pattern, and simulation. So these two cycles flow anti-parallel in the direction of AI for metaverse and application assets. And the potential risks. So what risk are we can handle like existing and what risks are to be handled are all are with addiction, privacy, intellectual property, economics, oligopoly, governance. So these are all can be addicted by the one who is actually taking care of these applications. So finally, to talk with metaverse, if I say advantage, so people say disadvantage because no protocol or no machine or no device can have ideal cases. So it will have either advantage, obviously it will have disadvantages. As we say, if you believe in God, we need to believe in devil even. So that cases, we have here positive things as well as negative things. We can say here as advantages and limitations. So coming down to conclusion, if you see this, the metaverse is a guide driven by human imagination and contains vast amount of complex content. Fine. Anyway, if I conclude this try, so you don't feel much interesting. So to end this session, I need to talk about research directions. Who are interested or who are really want to work upon or interested to do it, we can have a comprehensive investigation like AI in the role of foundation of metaverse and its potential users where it have immersive experience in real world or virtual world. I'm sorry. So the fundamental concept of metaverse and AI techniques has been provided, and the metaverse in AI in the metaverse. Subsequently, principal technical aspects such as NLP, machine vision, blockchain, networking, dual tin, and neural interface, and many application aspects and healthcare, manufacturing, smart cities, smart applications, healthcare, gaming, e-commerce, everything is being discussed here. But the point which we need to focus now is the research directions in the metaverse. So this is trending now. So people are running behind this metaverse. People are looking for a lot of general purpose or with the dialogue management or virtual consumer management assistances. So this AI can serve many specific purpose of multi-level physiological or philosophical conversations. So most of the current metaverse project limit users to explore its own or customize the things in the virtual world. So maybe in the future allowed to create hyperreal objects which can conduct easily and quickly with the help of AI. And VR and AI-based content generation, which can bring complete immersion in the alternative realities. So AI tools, which should be set as cheap to everyone, which have user-friendly interfaces. Further, ethical issues relating to user-generated metaverse need to be seriously examined with the constraints, policies, and users. All right. So AI-aided services and applications in metaverse. So the decision which are to be made by this AI agent or maybe by ML agents, ML models are left with black boxes. So without the capability of temperability or interpretability and explainability, metaverse developers, virtual world designers, they are unable to understand completely AI decision-making process. So this AI models needs analyzing their expected impacts, characterize model transparency, and maybe examining of outcomes. We can allow human users to entirely comprehend the trust and AI models to end-to-end process monitoring with accountability. So this extended AI is one more research area which we can focus upon, because system engineers and data scientists who apply this AI in the metaverse for infrastructure services and applications in the virtual world can understand better what they call happening inside the AI model. Right, so besides increasing end user coincidence or model audibility, we need to operate efficiency of AI. So XAI, where it can have a possibility of mitigating legal risk, security threats of production in AI and metaverse, which can guarantee users and reliable experiences. Right. So if you can focus on this, you know, research directions by this extended reality or XAI, we can have a lot more research problems. People who are interested in planning for research in this direction can focus upon these four problems I was just mentioning about. AI models as black boxes, decision-making processes, system engineers and data scientists of metaverse, where infrastructure, service, and applications in the real world ought to be focused or addressed. So this is what I thought of presenting you for some time. So if you have any kind of questions, please you can proceed with it. So dear all, I am done with my presentation. If you have any kind of questions, you can. We'll have a discussion, please.
Participants, if you have any queries, please ask the sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir. This is Saidali. How Metaverse will affect the cryptocurrency?
And get your question, please. Can you come again?
We would like to know how Metaverse affects the cryptocurrency.
See, it's at the infrastructure level. So we are at the application and service level or data acquisition systems. So when it comes to infrastructural, when I was talking to you about node and mesh, where many to many or node to node conversation or like congregation can happen on in infrastructure. So there comes utilization of blockchain and what you are talking about digital currency. That is where being handled by Bitcoin. I mean, Bitcoin is handled by this. Sorry, a small correction there. Bitcoin is handled by the blockchain.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Manish.
Yes, please.
Sir, Manish, sir.
Manish.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir, my question is how Metaverse used in governance?
See, that is the highly demandable kind of structure these days. As I was talking to you about real estate application, I was talking to you about governance, where the governance are being controlled by the remote virtual avatars, where they can have or they can take a decision on their own through artificially trained AI supports.
Participants, if you have any questions, please post me in message, through message. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. for having you as a resource person for this 5-day FDT. Your session covered lot of information about Metaverse and its uses, how Metaverse impacts the market, the governance structure of the Metaverse, technologies of Metaverse, and ML to the process of raw data of IoT medical devices, artificial intelligence. Thank you, sir. Department of EC NNRG thanks the participants for their active participation.
Thank you, participants, for your patience listening. If you have any kind of questions, you can contact the coordinator. We can answer every question squared. Thank you very much for your opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.